Hello everybody, happy Friday, Joey the Truth Wagner with you. Another day, another draft. Tonight it is the first round of the National Hockey League draft. So I'm so glad you could tune in. And as always, please click that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as I'll be very interested to see how the middle of this first round goes, as the Pittsburgh Penguins have the 21st pick tonight in the draft. And everybody, the draft starts in about 20 minutes from now, so I have some time to get everything ready to go. Once I have everything up, I'll be able to tell you who what the order is and all of that. But the first pick in the draft is the New Jersey Devils because they won the draft lottery. And then after that, it is the New York Rangers, and we'll go from there. Ooh, that would be a big trade if PK Subban went somewhere. That would be a blockbuster deal, it really would. That would be big stuff. That really would. Because PK Subban, his cap hit is pretty high. If I'm not mistaken, he has a $9 million cap hit this year, and for the next couple years after. So if he goes, then a big player is probably coming back to the Predators. So this is gonna be big stuff. Gonna be big stuff here. And if you're just tuning in, happy Friday. Don't forget to click that like button. We're about 20 minutes away from the start of the draft. My guess is that Jack Hughes goes number 1 to the Devils. And the Rangers pick after that, and we'll just go on and on. Everybody, I hope the draft goes sort of quick, because it is very hard to have the patience to get through the draft. It takes a long time. But how's your Friday going, everybody? And everybody, when it comes to the draft, the NHL does it a little differently than the NFL and the NBA in terms of announcing the picks. Usually in the NHL draft, like the team's GM and their whole crew come up to the podium and they announce it rather than the, commissioner does, like in the NBA or in the NFL. So this will be interesting. This will be interesting as, come on, don't freeze, laptop. we're just going to have fun and hang out. Like I said, I really hope that the Penguins, the Pittsburgh Penguins, everybody, they need to get a good prospect with the 21st pick. Because, I mean, I am so happy for the Stanley Cups that we have, that the Penguins have. I really am. But if they want to, keep being successful and keep competing, then, we have to rebuild our prospect base. And having a first-round pick for the first time in years is a good way to hopefully do that. Like I said, the exact order of the draft, I don't know yet. I've heard that it's the draft. All of the GMs are together. All of the teams are in one spot, which is rare. So we might get some fireworks a little bit tonight. Might get a little bit of fireworks. We'll probably get an episode of the Truth Serum tonight that goes over the yeah, but you never know. At the draft, trades can happen. And Alex just took me talking like a trade was happening. Silly. But anyway, we're going to have a fun night tonight. And hopefully the night is as successful as the Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final was, where we had a good bit of people tuning in. So hopefully we have a night like that. And if you haven't yet, everybody, I'd love it if you could share this link all around. And what was very interesting was that the media, they were interviewing Jack Hughes, and he was sort of comparing how this draft is sort of similar to Crosby and Ovechkin, how him and the other prospect but sort of how him and the other prospect, they're going to be, all together and be compared. So So Alex, you probably either on your cell phone or laptop or TV or some device have the draft up with that. So but anyway, everybody, just getting everything ready to go here. I wish it could be, wish it could be, more, I didn't want to hit that. But everybody, I'm just getting everything ready to go. Let's see. Oh man, we're getting more people. No, Von Hook. This is the first NHL draft that I've watched. I'll usually just watch like the first couple of picks, and that's about it. But I'm actually watching the whole thing tonight. Figured I'd try something a little new. I mean, why not? The Pittsburgh Pirates drive me crazy half the time anyway, so I figured why not? There's 162 baseball games during the regular season, and why not do the draft? And Hugh, exactly. Hugh, do you hate this day because it's the draft or because of something else, my man? And I agree with you in terms of the Penguins not messing this up, because we need prospects in our system. I will say that. And from what I've heard, this draft is the deepest of NHL drafts in a long time. And wow, thanks, Canton. How about that? The San Jose Sharks don't have a first-round pick, but for once the Penguins do. And we'll see, Grilly makes 79. We'll see. It's going to be Hughes and Kakko. And Hugh, like I said, if I'm the Penguins, I keep this first-round pick. I keep it. We need to replenish our talent for our prospects. I mean, it is unbelievable having Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, and Matt Murray. We have a great core. And the way to be successful with this core now and in the future is if we do really good at drafting and we can get some good top-end prospects in our system that can come up, you know, and when they're ready, deliver. Because, I mean, okay, and I did not know that. I did not know that you had to have a certain amount of subscribers to live stream. I didn't know that, and that's not good. I don't know why YouTube would put a restriction like that on people. But anyway, folks, if you haven't yet, please click that like button as we are getting closer to the draft. I know the NHL draft doesn't have the type of luster that doesn't have the type of luster, the type of energy that the NFL draft does, or the NBA. Can see Hugh put them right down. But anyway, folks, I'm just getting everything ready to go here. And everybody on the other YouTube channel that I have, I will be posting the announcements of each pick. And everybody, tonight I'll be and anyway, my thoughts are so jumbled up right now, everybody. I'm so sorry, but yeah, the draft is starting pretty soon. There's a look at Hughes, the American, Kakko from Finland. And it'll be a blast to see who goes first. Like I said, the Pittsburgh Penguins are picking 21st in the draft. This is a very deep draft, so they can get a good top-end prospect. Because nothing screams sports like good talent that's young and cheap. That is the motto of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Young, cheap talent. And we're getting ready to go here. I just got to get some things up with the screen. And if you haven't yet, everybody, please click that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd really love it. I'd really appreciate it. It would be a blessing from all of you. And like I said, on this on this channel tonight, I'll be uploading an episode of the Truth Serum about the Penguins' first round pick. And on the second channel, I will be posting the announcements of the first couple of picks from the draft tonight and the Penguins pick. But everybody, we are only 104 days away from Penguins season. Their home opener is on October 3rd. And it is their first game of the season. And it is against the Buffalo Sabres, I believe, from what I've seen. So it'll be the loud Penguins goal horn and the Party Hard song, and it'll be a blast. It will be a blast, and I have to, let's see. And everybody, what doesn't make any sense to me is that the National Hockey League, they haven't announced their salary cap for the year yet. Which makes no sense to me. No sense to me. Free agency starts on July 1st and we don't know what the salary cap is for next year. That is not good. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm still getting everything under control and getting everything ready to go here for this stream. As I'm going to be very interested to see what the Pittsburgh Penguins do. Oops. Just getting the tags down for this stream, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's a bunch of different prospects that the Pittsburgh Penguins have said they are looking at this year. That they are looking at with their pick. They haven't even given any hint to what position they're looking for. The Penguins are really playing this tight to the vest. With what their pick is going to be. And once again, everybody, if you haven't yet, please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The numbers are pretty good here for the draft. What am I looking for? That and that. As the draft is starting in about 8 minutes. 8 minutes from now, the NHL Draft will be starting. It'll be the Devils with the first pick, followed by the Rangers with the second pick, and on from there. And you are right. It rains almost every day now. It's some craziness. Rains all the time, every day, any day. Whew. As of now, I have not heard of any trades in the draft. It's always possible, teams wanting to move up and down through the draft to get a player they would want. I'm watching on NBCSN, and the draft has not begun yet. And everybody, tonight's reaction of the NHL Entry Draft is being brought to you by SeatGeek. Everybody, if you love going to hockey games, baseball games, I've even been to a football game in my life. If you love going to the games like I do, and you love getting a great deal on things like I do, and everybody, I think I enjoy getting the better deal. I think I enjoy getting a good deal more than I enjoy actually being at the game. So that's the beauty of SeatGeek. You can get both. You can go to the game and get a fantastic deal. Because if you use the code Joey Wagner, that's JOEYWAGNER, you'll get $20 off your first order. So go get your tickets from SeatGeek today. And as of now, everybody, Phil Kessel is still a Pittsburgh Penguin as of now. The Penguins were possibly thinking of trading him. That has not happened. As Phil Kessel earlier in the offseason turned down a trade to go to the Minnesota Wild. He rejected it with his no trade clause. But let me look here. Yep, it is New Jersey 1, New York 2, Chicago 3, Colorado 4. Oh, was I rooting for them to win the draft lottery. I just wanted Ottawa to have to give up the #1 overall pick. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So Colorado picks 4, the LA Kings 5, Detroit 6, Buffalo 7, Edmonton 8, Anaheim 9, Vancouver 10, Philadelphia 11th, the Minnesota Wild 12th, Panthers 13th, Arizona 14th, Montreal 15th. That is the first half of the first round of the draft tonight. And again, everybody, if you haven't yet, please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I made the right choice in doing the NHL Draft tonight instead of the Pirate game. So many people tuning in. Awesome stuff, everybody. We're down to 5 minutes left. The number 1 pick last year was Darlene by Buffalo. All the way back in 2015, Connor McDavid went. 2016, Austin Matthews. Who won in 2017, everybody? I can't remember. Who went that year? Oh, if the Devils went goalie, that would turn the entire National Hockey League on its ear. Oh my goodness. But everybody, first pick is coming up pretty soon as it's 10 minutes after the hour here. And everybody, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. The first pick hasn't been made yet. And the draft this year is from Vancouver. Is in their arena. As I did not... Yep, there it goes. It's working again. And here's the commissioner, Gary Bettman, coming up to the podium. Commissioner Bettman is coming up to the podium right now as the... So there it is, everybody. with this event happening in Vancouver, the Sedins are here to kick it off in Vancouver. The Twins went in the 1999 draft, 2nd and 3rd overall. And they are the 2 best Vancouver Canucks players in the organization's history. And the fans do love them. And again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Oh, thank you, Hugh. Nico Hischier went in 2017. That's right. That's right. And everybody, in February, the Sedins will be having their jerseys retired as part of Vancouver Canucks history, as they were that good. They were that good and that deserving for that to happen. And everybody, right now, the New Jersey Devils are on the clock. The Devils are on the clock. They have 2 minutes remaining on the clock before they make their first overall selection. You'd have to assume that they know who they're picking. And the comp that they are giving Hughes, one of the comps, is Patrick Kane. And you know how good he is. So some comparables that they're giving for Jack Hughes, like I said, one of them is Patrick Kane. I'm waiting for more comps. And wow, they're comparing him to Steve Yzerman and how he has lateral movement on the ice. My goodness. And we gotta play against Jack Hughes for the next decade, Pittsburgh. Pick is in for the Devils. The pick is in for the New Jersey Devils. And the entire Devils team, who is at the draft, headed by General Manager Ray Shero. They all just stood up from their table and they're walking up towards the podium. to make this pick. Here it is. So Martin Brodeur is going to announce the pick. Jack Hughes to the Devils. Jack Hughes is a New Jersey Devil. So in 2017, yeah, so everybody, yeah, Jack Hughes goes to the New Jersey Devils with the first pick. I can probably tell you who's going to go number 2. And I mean, folks, you should have saw how many people were on the stage. There were like 15 people on the stage for the New Jersey Devils. I mean, my goodness. They had the stage filled. The whole stage filled. I mean, my gosh. As right now, the New York Rangers are on the clock. And everybody, please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I agree, Hugh. Hurry this up. I mean, they're taking 25 years to make these picks. I mean, the New York Rangers, they know who they're picking. Come on, let's get this thing moving. They know who they're picking. I mean, everybody, it was a struggle last night doing the NBA draft. I could only make it to the 10th pick. I was an hour and a half into the stream. And it was the 10th pick. I mean, in all sports, NBA, NFL, NHL, you've been keeping track of these prospects for a year. But again, everybody, we're just going through the NHL draft right now. Rangers have about a minute, 15 seconds left on the clock before they have to announce their pick. And like I said, everybody, the first 2 pick is now in. Cardinals Nation, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. You're finally feeling the hurt and the pain, a little bit of it, that Albert Pujols put the Pittsburgh Pirates through for over a decade. And everybody, the pick is in for the Rangers, as their entire posse is walking up onto the stage. And we know that it's going to be... And would anyone like to help me pronounce his name? Kakko, I think it is. We know he's going to the Rangers right now. So Kakko goes number 2, just like we all thought. And I thank the Rangers. New York Rangers, thank you. And everybody, there's something that I have to do. I have to thank the New York Rangers for just announcing... Thank you, New York Rangers, for just getting up to the podium and announcing your pick. And not taking an hour and a half and bringing 50 people up onto the stage when we know who you're going to select already. Thank you. Thank you for that, New York Rangers. Thank you for not taking an hour and a half. And that would make their rivalry pretty feisty. It would. Everybody, I looked at the score of the Pirates and the Padres. They are, the last time I looked, tied 1-1 in the 5th inning. So the Pirates are doing their thing. And like I said, everybody, on the second channel, I will have the announcements of the first 2 picks posted. I got the first one on right now. And everybody, don't forget to click that like button. Spread the link to this stream. Yeah, I'd like to see some trades too. Make it a little interesting. I mean... Yep, you're right. It's going to take a while. It's the draft. Everything takes a while. And by everything, I mean everything takes a while in the draft. But yep, everybody, the Hughes announcement, the Jack Hughes pick is on the second YouTube channel, the announcement of it. Kakko's I'm getting up. Those will be the only 2 picks that I sort of post the announcements of, other than the Penguins pick. And again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight for the draft. As here is the pick for the Chicago Blackhawks. So the Blackhawks go with the center iceman, the Canadian Kirby Dach. So now the Avalanche are on the clock as Kirby Dach goes number 3. The comp they gave Kirby Dach was Ryan Getzlaf. And Yeek, what do you mean by one more pick left? Is there a certain team you're looking forward to picking in this draft? Oh, the LA Kings. Okay. I see. Yeah, Pirate game, they are still tied 1-1 with the Padres, in case you were thinking about that. Okay, so everybody on the second YouTube channel, first two picks are up. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. For it to be a good jersey, you need to have a good logo. What I will say though is that with the jersey being black with the yellow text, it was good as a broadcaster. It was good for me as a broadcaster because I could see the names and the numbers pretty easily. But everybody, the pick for the Colorado Avalanche is in. They're going to be making their announcement very soon. Here comes the Avalanche to the podium. So the Avalanche select the defenseman Bowen Byram. Hugh, you crack me up. And the comp for Byram is Duncan Keith. And that is a comp you want. If you're an NHL defenseman, you want to be compared to Duncan Keith. And for the second year in a row, it looked like the Avalanche, well, maybe 2 of the last 3 years, Avalanche get a really good player with the 4th pick. A couple years ago, the Avalanche got defenseman Cale Makar. Oh, his name. Oh, it's screwing me up. Who's on the clock next, everybody? Okay, that's better. Okay, everybody, for some reason, on my laptop, I always have a link of my own stream up, and it just stopped right in the middle of it and started playing an ad, so sorry for that. I don't know why that happened. But next on the clock, I believe, yep, LA Kings. So, Yeek, this is all you. This is all you, my man. But again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. The LA Kings are on the clock. As after the LA Kings, it's the Detroit Red Wings. As we are going through the grease fires of the National Hockey League. But yep, Jack Hughes tonight, he was I believe the 7th American ever selected with the 1st overall pick. The pick for the LA Kings is in their posse's going to come up to the podium. Yeah, the Kings are in the middle of a rebuild. They have a new head coach. And here's the announcement. You hit it, Eek. Alex Turcotte, the center iceman, goes 5 to the Kings. Eek, do you like that pick for the LA Kings? You like that pick? Good. Good. Happy for you. Good news is he's in the Western Conference. He's in the West. So I don't care. He's in the West, so I really don't care how good he is. Really don't have to face him. Yeah, so now on the clock is Detroit. And you're probably right. Probably right, Hugh. They're well, 8 years. That's a little bit extreme. I don't think it's gonna take 8 years, my man. Red Wings have 2 minutes left on the clock for their pick. And everybody, this is how, when you're a struggling organization, this is how you build yourself back up. You do it through the draft. This is how it's done. It's not easy, it takes time. Yeah, the Red Wings are what? This is the 3rd year in a row they've been in their rebuild. They do love their defense in Detroit. They do too. They don't play around. down to about a minute to go for the Red Wings. Their pick is in, and just announced a few weeks ago, the new GM of the Detroit Red Wings, one of their legends, Steve Yzerman, built the Tampa Bay Lightning from the ground up, have made them a yearly Stanley Cup contender. He's now the GM with Detroit. And he's about to announce the pick. So here it is, Steve Yzerman. They go D. Moritz Seider. Red Wings love their D, and D they go. So now next on the clock for the 7th pick, the Buffalo Sabres. As the Red Wings go with the German defenseman. He's projected to be a top 4 defensive defenseman. So like a Brian Dumoulin type. Yeah, so the Sabres are now on the clock at 7. And that comp of Brian Dumoulin, everybody, that comp, that was just sort of me thinking because they said he's a really good defensive defenseman. And they said top 4 guy, and the first one that popped into my brain was Brian Dumoulin. So, don't know if Seider will be that. We'll see, as long as he's not Apple. They'll be happy. And the Sabres need more defense. Sabres need more defense than a bank. And thank you, Alex, for sharing the stream. About 2 minutes left on the clock for Buffalo, and after Buffalo, it's Edmonton, where prospects perish. And everybody from the Pirates and the Padres are moving along fast. They are tied at 1 in the top of the 7th inning. And again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for the draft coverage here. Everybody, I might not stick around for the whole draft. At minimum, I'm sticking around for the Penguins pick. I'll make sure I'm here for that. Because tonight, everybody, I'll be making it an episode of the Truth Serum about the Penguins draft pick, as the Buffalo Sabres are about to announce theirs. Sabres select Dylan Cousins, the center iceman, at number 7. Like I said, everybody, I feel really bad for the next pick, because they have to go to Edmonton, so feel bad for that prospect. Welcome to the NHL. You're stuck in Edmonton. And did you know that Dylan Cousins is the first ever, it says he was the first ever Yukon, whatever that means, to be drafted in the first round in the NHL Draft. So Edmonton's on the clock. So Edmonton is on the clock. Well, when it comes to Edmonton, Edmonton is where top prospects get drafted and they just fall off the map. They had, 3 number 1 picks in 4 years, and they all didn't live up to potential? And Taylor Hall did, but he had to leave and go to New Jersey. So after the Oilers at 8, it is the Ducks at 9, and then the host Vancouver Canucks at 10. As the Oilers have to make this pick pretty soon. So Brooks Orpik, Tim Thomas, Dustin Brown, Jonathan Quick, Patrick Kane, Phil Kessel, that pest TJ Oshie. As the pick for the Oilers is in. And they're coming up to make the pick. So Philip Broberg, the defenseman, the Swedish defenseman, goes to the Oilers at 8. Hugh, I still think the Pens are a playoff team. I still think the Penguins are a playoff team with the core of Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and Murray. They're a playoff team. And Gensel. Gensel is a part of the core now. 40 goals last season and on a long-term deal with that friendly cap hit. As we are now 12 picks away from when the Penguins will select. So next on the clock is the Anaheim Ducks. Oh boy, Dallas Eakins. Woo! The Ducks are in a rebuild now. Everybody, when it comes to the draft tonight, I'm going to stick around until the Penguins pick. So 12 more picks. Yep, no trades yet. And everybody on my stream, a Trivago ad just came up. So you can get some good price on a room if you go through Trivago. And everybody, I hope you've had a good time so far with the draft. If you have any questions, well, Hugh, funny thing you should say about the Trivago guy and not trusting him. I think he just got caught doing something criminally. So, not sure if it was a DUI, but yeah, the Trivago guy did something. Here's the pick for Anaheim. They're about to announce it. Number 9, number 9. So the Ducks go with Trevor Zegras, another center iceman. So Zegras is a Duck, and you're going to hear quite the ovation pretty soon as the Vancouver Canucks, everybody. Vancouver is on the clock. There are some good pieces here. So Vancouver's on the clock. Boy, the Canucks have really hit it out of the ballpark with their last 2 first-round picks 2 years ago. Oh? So the commissioner, Gary Bettman, announces that the pick belongs to the Vancouver Canucks. Nothing special. It is the Canucks pick. Nothing crazy has happened. And here's an update on the Pirate game. Ooh, yes sirree. Pirates lead 2-1 in the 7th. Hallelujah, Hollywood. It usually takes 2 to 3 years for these prospects to develop enough to be in the NHL. So and here's the pick for the hometown Canucks. As Jim Benning is walking to the podium. As you're going to hear a pretty loud roar here. Number 10, Vancouver. Belisi Podskosin goes 10. The Russian right winger goes to the hometown Canucks tonight. And one of the NBC people said that he might be NHL ready now. And everybody, Podkolzin still has 2 years remaining on a contract in the KHL, the Russian league over in Russia. Is now next up the Philadelphia Flyers. Yep, but Flyers are on the clock. They're picking 11th. Who they will choose, I have no idea. Yeah, the Flyers, a couple days ago in free agency, signed Kevin Hayes to a 7-year, $50 million contract. Trade? Who said trade? As the Flyers are seconds away from their time being up. That's okay, so the Arizona Coyotes are on the clock here, as there must be a player. There has to be a player that the Coyotes want, as they jumped up 3 spots. There's someone the Coyotes want that they're afraid won't be there 3 spots from now. The NHL Draft, they gotta get with it, people. They gotta get with it. I mean, the NFL Draft is like a holiday. Well, Yeek, it's hard to say if it's a good trade or not. I mean, if it's a player that Arizona believes can be really good and be an impact player, it's worth moving up to get your guy, because you want to get your guy if he's available. So I'd say yes. Like in the NFL, if you can go up and get your quarterback, it doesn't matter if you've given up 5 draft picks if you got the quarterback right. Yep, Arizona, they've at least tasted a championship once. We broke their hearts in Super Bowl 43. As the Arizona Coyotes are on the podium. They moved up to get a defenseman, Victor Soderstrom. So that's the 11th pick. Soderstrom goes 11th. So now on the clock, the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota's on the clock, followed by Florida. We're getting closer to the Penguins' turn. They pick 21st. Unfortunately, they're not picking 31st because you know what happens when you pick there. And everybody, don't forget to click that like button. Thank you so much for tuning in. For the draft tonight. As the Pirates are clinging on to a 2-1 lead. As we're just in the break right now. Minnesota on the clock. Uh-oh. Pirates are in trouble in the top of the 8th inning. But we are awaiting the 12th pick of the draft. So there's a look at Spencer Knight, the top goaltending prospect in this year's draft. He's still out there. The pick is in for the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild right now, everybody, are walking up toward the podium. To make their pick. Have no idea who they're going to go with. I don't know if Minnesota has any goalie prospects in the minors, because Devin Dubnyk is getting older. So the American Matthew Boldy goes to the state of hockey, the Minnesota Wild. But yeah, I would, well, like I said, you can never have enough good goalies in the National Hockey League. So I'd be completely for, if Spencer Knight is around at 21, if I were the Penguins, I would select him. I know we have Matt Murray right now, but this offseason we're gonna be we're gonna probably have to trade Tristan Jarry because he's not gonna go through waivers, and we really don't have any great goaltending prospects in the system then. So I'm hoping that the goaltender falls to 21, as the Florida Panthers are now on the clock. And everybody, it seems like they're going to be big buyers in free agency this year. The Florida Panthers, they have a lot of cap space, and they have said publicly that they're going to go after the big fish. So Florida's on the clock. After Florida, it is the Flyers, because they moved back, and then after the Flyers, it's the Canadiens. And that's it for the lottery part. Like I said, everybody, though, tonight there will be a Truth Serum new episode on whoever the Penguins select at number 21. I'll break it down. 2 minutes left on the clock for the Panthers. As this is a night where dreams come true for all of these young hockey players. It's the next step in their process to being NHL players. It's a small step, but getting drafted, especially in the first round, is a big one. A minute to go for the Florida Panthers. Like I said, they have gone under a whole new change. They got Joel Quenneville as their head coach, so they're going to be the real deal. Look out for the Florida Panthers next year. Florida, with the talent they already have, I don't know how they haven't been a playoff team. They've sort of been disappointments. Here it is, the Florida Panthers posse is walking up to the stage to announce the 13th pick of the draft. Here it is, Florida Panthers. Oh, so the Florida Panthers go with the top goalie prospect. A little bit earlier than everyone expected. And for the Panthers, this is really smart on their end. Roberto Luongo is he's been injured the last couple of years. Wow, these are the comps for Spencer Knight. Tom Barrasso, Carey Price, and Marty Brodeur. That's good company. Florida Panthers are getting their goalie of the future with that pick. And now the Flyers are on the clock. after the Flyers, it's the Canadiens at 15, and then the Avalanche at 16. As this is only the third goaltender this decade, third American goaltender this decade to be selected in the first round. Jack Campbell by the Stars in 2010, Jake Ottinger by the Stars 2 years ago. Everybody, Pirates are in the top of the ninth inning. They got Felipe Vasquez on to try to get the save. So the first goalie is off the board. Yeah, everybody, they just showed some clips of Spencer Knight. He looks really impressive. So, but everybody, please click that like button. Continued coverage of the 2019 Entry Draft. As the pick for the Flyers are in, and we're going to see who sadly goes to Philadelphia. Poor prospect. Poor prospect. Here's the Flyers pick. They go defenseman. The Flyers have been, over the years, going with defensemen. And they go with Cam York with the 14th pick. As the Americans are going off the board here in the middle part of this first round. So the Montreal Canadiens are now on the clock. As pictures are being taken there on the stage with Cam York and the Philadelphia Flyers. As the Canadiens are now on the clock with the 15th pick. After Montreal, it's Colorado at 16, Vegas at 17. So right now we're waiting for the Canadiens. Waiting for the Canadiens. There are still some good prospects out here. And it looks like the Penguins might possibly get somebody. Who's a higher rated prospect. Final minute before Montreal picks. And again, everybody, 103 days to the start of the NHL regular season. Can't wait to be doing hockey again. Everybody, the Pirates get it done on a Friday night. They beat the San Diego Padres by a 2-1 score. Here's the Canadiens announcing their pick at 15. Cole Caulfield goes to Montreal. I was hoping he would fall to 21, but the Canadiens got him at 15. Such a goal scorer. The Canadiens got themselves an elite goal scorer, everybody. Okay, so the Avalanche are on the clock at 16. And everybody, I'll be sticking around for the draft coverage until the... I'll be sticking around until the Penguins make their selection. Then after that, I'll sign off and make an episode of the Truth Serum about the Penguins pick. And that'll be my night tonight. They're interviewing the families here for the draft. They're joyful. Look at how happy they are. Woo. Oh, the pick for the Avalanche is in. This is their second pick tonight. Avalanche had the fourth pick tonight from Ottawa, and now they're going to be making their own selection here with 16. 5 more picks in this draft. Let's give it to the Avalanche. So the Avalanche get a center iceman. Was a top 10 prospect in this draft, fell to 16. Alex Newhook goes to Colorado. And that's a really good deal. As we are 4 picks away from the Pittsburgh Penguins making their selection. Few more people popping back in here as let's see where we are now in this draft. So on the clock, the Vegas Golden Knights. My second favorite team in the NHL. But yep, the Vegas Golden Knights are my second favorite team in the NHL. Penguins are my first. Will always be number 1 in this league. The Adidas shoe is good. I've had a couple pairs of those before. They're pretty comfortable, so I agree with that. As everybody, here are some scores around Major League Baseball tonight. The Pirates beat the Tigers 2-1. So we are back within 6.5 games of first place in our division, and we're 5.5 back in the wild card. But these are the rest of the scores. Yankees beating Houston 4-1. Nationals over the Braves in the 8th inning 4-3. Miami beating Philly in the 8th 2-1. Blue Jays 5 and the Red Sox 4. Pick is in for Vegas. They'll be announcing it very shortly. Indians over Detroit 7-5. White Sox beating the Rangers 4-3. Reds beating the Brewers big time 6-1. Angels and the Cardinals are tied. Twins and the Royals are tied at 3. Giants and Arizona scoreless in the first. Rays and A's not starting yet. Rockies and Dodgers not starting yet. And one final tonight. The Mets beat the Cubs 5-4. Here is the Vegas pick. You know that was going to happen. Peyton Krebs goes 17 to Vegas. Yep, so Peyton Krebs was, I believe, in that like 10-11 range, falls to 17. Wow, this is a good comparable for Peyton Krebs, Ryan O'Reilly. So on the clock now, the Dallas Stars, and if you can draft a player like Ryan O'Reilly, you've done very good work in the draft. You see, Elijah, for the first time in a long time, is back in the chat. Welcome back, my man. How are you feeling as we are just going through the NHL Draft? And everybody, I'm going to go up till the 21st pick of the draft. When the Penguins make their pick, then I have a truth serum to do after that 21st pick, so I'll sign off and get it done. I love the Devin Bush pick, Elijah. I love that Devin Bush pick. That was exactly what the Steelers needed. That was what we needed. The hole in our defense last year was not having a mobile linebacker who could do it all. That was what we were missing. And we have that now with Devin Bush. And there's not going to be a hole in the middle of our defense. So I really like how the Steelers are going. I really do. I really like the Steelers are going. They still have, I'm going to say 10, 11 wins. We're going to win our division. We have so much talent. And the pick for the Dallas Stars is in, but the Steelers, I think they're... Joe Mixon, Joe Mixon should have been, if he did that, then he should be in NASCAR. He'd be a perfect professional driver. See ya, Elijah. Hope to see you back in some future streams, my man, before football season gets going. And we're just waiting for the pick to be announced for Dallas. He butchered it. The guy for the Dallas Stars butchered it. When he announced, my God. Oh gosh, he butchered it when he announced the name of the player, everybody. Oh, he butchered it. He said his last name first and then his first name. It's actually Thomas Harley, a defenseman. Three more picks to the Pittsburgh Penguins, everybody. I'll be on the air for 3 more picks. Well, Ted, the Pittsburgh Penguins, they actually want to keep their first round pick this year, so... Okay, so Ottawa's on the clock, and if we could get Suzuki, that would be a really good pick for the Pens. So everybody, hallelujah, Hollywood! I've stuck through this much of the draft. And everybody, what'll be really interesting is that I think the Penguins are going to get a good player here at 21. I think they're going to get somebody who was ranked in the teens, maybe the mid-teens here. Ted, are you talking about Pitt football or Pitt basketball? Or were you talking about the Penguins? I'm not. When you said Pitt, I thought you were talking about the University of Pittsburgh. And yeah, it is the truth of it. The Penguins are toward the end of the dynasty. Crosby, Malkin, Letang are in their 30s, so it's not something to run and hide from. Yeah, the Steelers are toward the end of their run. Big Ben in his late 30s. It's the truth of it. That's why you have to draft well. So that when you get to the end of these elite players like your Crosbys and your Malkins, and you can have guys to step in. As the pick is in for the Ottawa Senators, and they're turning into Edmonton. The Ottawa Senators are turning into the Edmonton Oilers, where no one wants to be. So poor guy who has to go to Ottawa. So the Ottawa Senators adding another prospect, a defenseman, Lassie. Lassie Thompson. So on the clock is Winnipeg, and then after that, the Penguins. Woo. So the Winnipeg Jets are on the clock for the 20th pick, which will be coming up next. So everybody, this pick here at number 20, the Winnipeg Jets originally traded it to the Rangers in the Kevin Hayes deal at the deadline. They got it back a couple days ago when they traded Trouba to the Rangers. In return, they got defenseman Neil Pionk in this 20th pick back. Well, welcome back, Yeek. You're back in the stream just in time, because we're at the 20th pick. But I'll be live here for 2 more picks. As once the Penguins make their pick at 21, I'll be signing off doing an episode of the Truth Serum for it. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been interesting. Haven't done the NHL draft before, but I've enjoyed it. But I'm pretty sure the Penguins will get a good piece here at 21. And the pick is in for Winnipeg. As the Rangers and the Winnipeg Jets will play each other in the home opening game, the season opening game at Madison Square Garden between the two teams. Pick's about to be announced. So the Jets go with Ville Heinola, a defenseman. So the Penguins have a bunch of options here. I don't know, Yeek. And everybody, this is the last pick I'll be on the air for. I hope you enjoyed the draft coverage tonight for the first time ever for the NHL. Yep, I think it's going to be a good one. There's a lot of good prospects on the board here for the Penguins. I can't believe my eyes. Everybody, I can't believe my eyes. The Pittsburgh Penguins are actually going to make a first-round selection. The first time they've made a pick since 2014. They have a pick in 2015? No. 2016? No. 2017? No. Last year? No. 2013? I don't think so. So we have Ryan Suzuki on the board. Bobby Brink, the winger, is still available. The American as well. Good talent here to choose from for GM Jim Rutherford. Three minutes from now. The Pittsburgh Penguins will be on the clock here. Let's see who my Pens get. I'd be all for it too, Ted. Ted, these are the rules for being a mod. Don't hide people permanently, and only remove or time people out if their comments are over the line. And if you abuse the power of being a mod, I'll have to take it back. Do you agree, Ted? If you agree to the rules, I can make you a mod right now, my man. As we're down to 90 seconds. Let's see who the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to go with here. "45 seconds. I'm just happy we can get a top prospect in the system. I mean, JR's getting up. Yeah, Penguins. Woo. JR walking up to the podium, Jim Rutherford. In 2012, the Penguins had 2 first-round picks, Derek Pouliot and Ole Mata. They were both traded eventually. 2013, they didn't have a pick. Kasperi Kapanen was in 2014, who they traded. 2015 was traded. Like I said, the last first-round pick that's still on the Penguin roster is Crosby. They go with Samuel Pullen, a winger, with the 21st pick. I don't have any intel on the player. He's a big body, okay? Okay, he's 6'1", 212. He's like a net front. They're showing highlights. He's in front of the net here like a net front presence. Right there on the doorstep. And it says here that his top end is a middle six power forward. I'm just happy we have a good prospect in the system. So everybody, that is the selection for the Pittsburgh Penguins as Samuel Pullen is walking on stage, shaking the hands of Rutherford. I'm looking through the draft right now, seeing where Pullen was ranked. Pullen was the 30th ranked prospect, I think. But everybody, as always, thank you so much for watching tonight. The NHL Entry Draft, the first round. Don't leave yet. I'm going to say a prayer for all of us before I sign off. And then I'll be making an episode of the Truth Serum going over the Samuel Pullen pick. But let us pray. Lord Jesus, in your name I pray. Lord, I just want to thank you, Lord, and just praise you for everything that you've given me and everything that you've given to my viewers, Lord. I thank you that you've given us the opportunity to hang out, talk sports, be together, and even talk about you and learn about you somewhat, Lord. And throughout the weekend and throughout next week, Lord, I just want you to be with my viewers, my family, and myself, Lord. Just have your favor and your love and your grace over us and your hand of safety over us at all times, Lord. And with all of us, you have the perfect plan already planned out for us. So whatever your will is, have it be done. In your name I pray. Amen. Well, there it is, folks. Coverage of the draft. Not over yet. More coverage coming up later tonight on episode 86 of The Truth Serum. Joey the Truth Wagner signing off. Have a great night. Have a wonderful weekend. I don't know when I'll be on the air next, but whenever I am, I'll see you then.